Her name's Amy, but her thing says Lizzie though, so you're right. Oh yeah, Elizabeth. Man, gotcha. No, that's cool. What you're talking about on TikTok, right? So what we need to start doing is co-hosting, so that you're getting credit and you're not just a guest. And like, if this don't work out right here, we can go back and do that. I don't care. Especially if JB don't show up, we'll start it up, and you could be a co-host where you're live on your side, and then together, and we could battle people. Which I only do good with that when Amy's hanging out and doing it and helping, because she really is my biggest supporter when it comes to shit like that. I only battle like once a week, maybe twice a week. Oh, it helps you a lot, bro. Like, it's made me jump up from the lowest rank to not a lot, but like 2 spots. So it starts out at C5, and A1 is the best. So you start out at C5, and just fucking with her, I'm up to C1. So like, if I make it just a little further, I'll actually jump to B5. You see what I'm saying? But that's all part of your algorithm. So like, if you don't battle, you'll actually never really get that far in the TikTok world. You could grow, you could have a community, you could make videos and do this and do that. But battling is got a lot to do with what this. I'm drinking it.
I just want to drink.
I legit thought you wanted it to put it in a sink or something. If I knew that, I wouldn't have been doing it. Pregnant girls are crazy, bro. Nah, I know, bro. She thinks the baby's gonna be here like real soon. I say 4 weeks. She says 2 weeks. Where are we having the baby at?
Huh?
Where we been going up there?
Yeah.
St. Joe's. Nah, probably normally, but no. I think JB might have laid down because he ain't come back. I wrote him too. Told him I got getting his life together. Yeah, he is doing good, man. He's doing real good. I think he's gonna stay free this time for real. It's good to see that. I say that because the last time he came home, he was wilding out. So let me see. Yeah, the last time, man, it was almost like everybody knew he was gonna go back. Yeah, I've had bunkies, sadly, where I knew that. I'll be like, man, I don't want to think that, but I feel like before I go home, I'm gonna sadly end up seeing this dude, unfortunately. And I was right; it would happen. And it ain't even like I hope I wasn't helping manifest it, but it's just a feeling like they don't seem ready to change their life. I just knew it, bro. Like, now part of me was nervous, and part of me kind of had a feeling like, am I gonna be like that? Because I saw everybody leaving and coming back, and I remember thinking, why does it seem so hard to stay free? What are these people doing that they're all coming right back before I go home? You know what I'm saying? And I didn't really like that, so it turned into, you just gotta have confidence in yourself, man. I guess. Velvet, what's up from Ohio?
Exactly like what you do to keep yourself out of it, but like from like that in viewing it, it's like, you know what I'm saying, like you have a support system, you have a sort, and a lot of those motherfuckers probably don't.
That's exactly it, man. You're right about that. That's literally what it is.
Because like I mean, it's kind of no. I mean, to be honest, you know that motherfucker we was talking about the other day.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure he's gonna go back. You know what I'm saying?
You mean earlier when dude brought him up?
I don't know.
When he said, "What do you guys think about so and so?" Oh no, you talking about who we know personally? Yeah.
Yeah, who we know.
Yeah, maybe so. Probably. I wouldn't put it past him. Hey, just so you know, I'm on YouTube too. If you want to hop over there, which I'm leaving it up to you, but I don't care because I'm on both phones, so I don't care, you know.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm cool.
You like it
right
over here? Andrew Calando said, "It's good to be nervous a little when you leave. If not, you could be too cocky or confident thinking it's gonna be a cakewalk." Yeah, I agree with that, and that's how it was for me. I was like, "Why is everybody coming back?" So I was nervous, but then I got out and said, "Okay, I see what it is. Those people didn't want it enough, and they just gave up on whatever reason. You know, I beat my parole in 1 year. They gave me 3 years PRC. I only did it for 1 year, and I completed that shit. Elsley, easily.
I mean, did you have when you was in? Like,
yeah, I'm in
I know
Ohio
you said like
too.
I know like basically you said it was like your moment of clarity was when your old lady was when your girl was like, "Yo, if you like keep fucking around on this side, I ain't fucking with you no more," kind of thing.
Yeah, she told me if I kept being in the gang and all that organization. Yeah, I remember the day she said that. She said, "Me and the kids ain't gonna be waiting here for you if you think you're bringing that shit home to us." Pretty much is what she said.
Yeah.
And that was, you're right. That was a moment. Is that what you were saying? Like, was that a moment of clarity?
Yeah. Well, you know what I mean. Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean by a moment. Because I want to ask JB what his moment of clarity was. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's some shit. Because like, yeah, that's some shit I kind of want to ask. Like, what was his moment of clarity when he decided, when he realized enough was enough, kind of thing? You know?
Absolutely, man. Because this comes to the point where you're just like, I don't know. I got so sick of that shit. You know how they say sick and tired of being sick and tired? That's a real thing. And for me, one of those times was in the hole. And it was actually when shit backlashed from that life after I already put the life behind me. So I already did the 2-on-1 violation to go off count. I got a cracked rib and a concussion. And I was in an embarrassment of feeling shunned because I purposely got shunned. Once I went through that hell, I got separated from that. I was in a whole new block, and then we went out on the yard, and our blocks merged. And they weren't fucking with me as a whole. It was like 23 of them at that time in E. Edward. They weren't on my ass, like they had let it go. But one in particular person, Yuckmouth, Jordan Snyder's his name. He just passed away. He just OD'd and passed away. And he was the head NA guy down there for the meetings, right? Recovery. Well, anyways, me and him, we had a thing where we were always arguing, and they were always telling us to like get over it because you have to get along. And anytime I would fuck up and they would have to violate me, he took pleasure in being in the one that had to punch on me or that I had to fight. And he was really good at it. And that's why we had two. We had the white dude, him, and the black dude, which was Mike G from Columbus. So, huh?
Oh, dude, JB just said.
Oh, there's JB. Okay, cool. So,
I can ask him.
Yeah. So long story short, though, we're out on the yard and they see he tells them, "Hey, I'm gonna crash out on him," and they said no. A bunch of people told me they said no, and he said, "I'm gonna do it as a single, not as a group thing. I'm gonna do it as a personal mission." And they were like, "All right, whatever." So they let him do it. Well, he tried to swing on me, and I ended up beating his ass, bro, to the point where one of the other guys had to jump in, and then he kicked me in the back, and then for like 10 seconds they tried to jump me. But I still split dude's eye. And what saved it was the COs ran in and everybody ran out. We got caught, went to the hole. But my moment of whatever was, I'm in the hole and I'm still having fucking repercussions from that life even after I walked away from it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Still dealing. I got them tickets right here. The same story I just told you.
That was that shit. You used to, when we were kids, you referred to it as the 6-penny drop, or like the 6.
Yeah. You remember that when we were young?
Yeah. Dude.
Damn, it's doing it again to JB, man. Don Tripp, what up? I'm hip to Mike G. You hip to Mike G from Columbus? Yeah, he was a part of the my main I mean, it's considered a violation, but it was more than that for that exact moment because the understanding was that we would go in for 60 seconds. I could fight back. One was going to stand against the door. One was going to stand against the window. I was going to go in the middle. I had to swing first, and then whatever happened happened. It didn't matter if I would have won. It wouldn't have mattered. But the point was, I had to go up against this really tough fight, and when we walked out, we were all going to go our separate ways. But they both are badass dudes. You know what I'm saying? They're not. It ain't no soft situation. It actually ended with me. I'm not even going front, bro. It ended with me curled up, saying, "All right, all right, all right," trying to guard my face and do this. And the whole time they were just teeing off on me all over my body. For like the first 20 seconds, though, I was hanging with them. I was throwing punch. She said that's terrible. I was throwing punches and getting punches for like the first 20 seconds. But at some point, I got knocked off my rocker where I lost my footing and went down. And I tried to get up, and they were just upping me from both sides. I'm like, fuck this. So at one point, I just guarded up, bro. I'm like thinking in my head, has it been 60 seconds yet? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
damn, JB. I want JB to come in here, bro, and it's acting funny again. Hold on, let me see if it works this time.
Can you get three people? Can you get three people in, or do I?
Yeah, no, you can definitely. We've done it. Me and Don Tripp, dude, that's on here, had multiple guests on here. It was me, him, and some other people. Yeah, he was there when I was there. Yep. And this was when we were in E. Edward. Now, it's probably the same dude, but I know there's another Mike G there. But this dude was like young, but he was like stocky. His dad, I think his dad was folks. I'm pretty sure. He had like long, like curl. He had like dreads where they hang. He had like some hang time where he could go like that, and they would like bounce all around and shit. If it's the same Mike G, and he was from Columbus, he was like skinny in the lower and then big up top. He had like a build like kind of like a fucking action figure for real. That's all they did was exercise, make us go do fucking 2 days and shit. Not far from Columbus. Not far from Columbus.
JB said whenever he's trying to request that it's saying he's going against community guidelines.
What does that mean? Okay, so listen, bro. I'm not 100% sure, but it might have been something that happened on one of your videos where now they're making you on a time period. 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. I could be wrong, but you might have missed something like in your professional dashboard that they gave you like a warning of some sort, and now you're restricted because I don't understand why it lets other people on. And if that's the case, bro, we can hop back over to TT if you want. Go back to TikTok. I know neither one of y'all got a here, let me try to send him a request. I know neither one of y'all got a YouTube account, which I'm on there too.
Pack, you said we're gonna watch a movie.
We are. I love trolls over here. I absolutely love it, bro. They actually lightweight make me excited to get on YouTube because they engage my videos. Thank you. Nah, but for real, that's all it is. It's a bunch of trolls. It's like people who are scared to act that way in real life or on other social media, but you can hide so well on YouTube. You know what I mean? Because nobody can really click your shit and see or nothing like that. JB, it says adding, bro, and it's just circling. It's just circling. I got YouTube Live also. So you got a YouTube account? I'm gonna have to link with you over there. I was plumber. Oh yeah. That makes sense. And this was literally in that time period actually. Let me see real quick. JB, and we could do that, bro. I ain't gonna leave you hanging. If you're gonna be awake, we could just jump over there and tell everybody to come over there. 2021, 22 to 23, bro, is when I was there, literally. March of 22 to March of 23, exactly. Because it's wild, bro. Because I was sentenced to do at least 1 year at Leb by CRC by Columbus, right? It was my disciplinary with my tickets. More or less, people don't realize that, but when you get sent to disciplinary, it says in the system you're gonna like do at least a year, but most people get stuck there for like 2, 3, 4 years. And I was in the Flying High program, which overrides everything. I signed up for it 2 years prior. I done forgot all about the Flying High program, and then one day they came and said, "Pack your shit, sign this paper, you're going to Trumbull." I'm like, all right, but I rode the Leb on my birthday, right? March of 23 2 and left the day after my birthday. Or was the day after. So I did a year and a day there, bro. It was like a circumstantial thing though. If I wasn't in the Flying High, I would have been stuck there. I already did, JB. I see your message. I literally am in my viewers. I already did it like 5 minutes ago. Where'd he go? Now he ain't in here. Let me send him this Edward. Oh yeah. Hey, it changed when I was there though. They actually they took the TV from us in Edward because the captain came in and said this was one of our blocks that we were holding on to, and you motherfuckers are acting a fool, and now I'm taking your TV out the day room. Let me send JB a inbox real quick. Babe, if you find something to watch, I'll come in 10 minutes.
I don't pick them no more because you never liked it. So.
No, I know what you're saying, JB. I mean, we can go back, like, probably go back over to TikTok then.
So wait, as soon as I left, he came in. Are you seeing him right now?
You're on mute.
Hey, as soon as I left, he came in, didn't he? Yep.
Nah, he was.
Yeah, he's saying he fucked this shit. Right. All right, so the 9 people that are watching, if you want to stay rocking with us, we're jumping over to TikTok right now. Okay?
All right, bro.
I know Don Tripp's already on there. If you want to, DeCiano, we're going to open up the boxes. It's going to be me, JB, Sam, and whoever else. So come to PackyVisionsTv. Same name. PACKY Visions TV.
All right, man, I'm going to slide over there.
Appreciate everybody that was tapping the screen. Yeah, I'll see you right now.
All right.
Yeah, Velvet. Yeah, yep. Same exact. Yep. Yeah, that the one troll in here is actually somewhat accurate. People do that when they want to make a statement about
and
shit.
This is David Barr, the guy that took out $100,000 hit on me with his brother Johnny, thinking that he.
But I already had face tats before I went to prison too.
Of something, right, and talk to you guys about something. I want your unbiased opinion. If you know where I'm at, I just put out what they used to call the old USA, and I'm driving past the police station. You know, I'm over here on the southwest side, the edge of the east side, the edge of the north end, and then down this way. It's the west side. JJC right here.
All right, let me hop over to you to my TikTok. TikTok, you don't stop. 7 on the motherfucking rock. Where's all my Dave Chappelle fans at? What's up, Miss Miami? I got this bright light in my face. Hi, how are you? I didn't say it made me look cool. You're getting the wrong idea. What is your channel about? Life after prison, where I was before, where I am now. I tell my story that started when I was 6 years old, a bunch of trauma, how my female babysitter took my virginity, how that same year I had a home invasion, and then at age 6, all that was going on. So I just kind of like was dealing with dumb shit. And then from that point forward, a lot more shit happened. And it got to the point where I just crashed out in my life. Like the troll was just saying, I started getting tattoos and running around doing dumb shit. I thought the gang life was cool. I did that since I was 15. And then, but my story is a light in the darkness now. Like I turned my negative experience into a positive experience. And that's what it all boils down to. But I also do true crime, conspiracy theories, paranormal encounters, and glitch in the matrix stories and shit like that. Yeah. Hey, so like the person over here on YT that's hating on me right now, they're like so mad, bro, to see me doing this, and whatever they got going on in their own life, they're projecting it onto me.
feel like that shit's AI sometimes, bro.
Yeah, it
Like,
is. Bots. There's definitely fake bots, bro. Like that's definitely a thing. We need to
Because
send.
like, dude, I got people underneath some of my comments sometimes when I be like, when I comment on some videos and shit, and all they just come up with like, they just like comment like, dumbass, or like, like,
Yeah,
stupid.
it almost
And
feels
it's
too robotic sometimes, bro.
yeah, and it's like, bro, like, it's like, well, then argue with me, motherfucker, like, debate me, like,
But
get a
they
better
can't.
idea. They can't.
They
Nah,
can't.
just like they just don't respond whenever I'm like.
When you think you're talking to one, ask them if they are. I actually did that, and the answers that it kept giving me was not correct. Like it really seemed like it was a fucking AI, a bot or whatever. But they were speaking in like the text came through sounding like it was robotic. Like, what do you mean? No, I am not a robot. I do not understand what you are saying. Can you please elaborate? Like shit, like bro, it was just weird. It was on here actually. It was started with comments and then the inbox, but I went over there, they didn't have no videos, but they had like a bunch of engagement. I'm like, this don't look right.
Yeah, or like a lot of them, they got their profile picture.
Yeah,
like,
okay.
a picture of a fucking like
Israel
cartoon
box.
cat.
Yeah, I already know.
You'd be like,
Thank you.
like, it's always motherfuckers without
Miami.
no profile picture. Like, with their picture is like
Right, like the dude doing it right now ain't got no profile pic.
Yeah.
Some of those. Hey, I used to be crash out, bro. Like I've told this many times. When I first came home 2 years ago, I was crash out, bro. I would go outside and wait for people and be like, pull up, and my girl be like, calm down. What are you doing? That's the fucking internet. And like, I just didn't care at the time, but I've got thick skin now, and I've learned.
That's how you get them chains put back on you, though.
What is it? Yes, exactly. And I've learned that like what I built in my new life with this shit, is just too important to care about what jealous people feel. Like that's
bro.
all it is.
You got a whole ass family. You got a whole ass fiance and kids, and
absolutely.
you got a whole like this is your hobby, bro. This is what I'm saying. Like it's your side hustle. It's your hobby. It's low key. I know it's a dream, dude. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I see it as something so much better and shit and bigger, but I'm also happy and grateful where I'm at now, if that makes sense. Like I'm cool with where I'm at. There's JB. I know you know what I mean. I know you get it. I've known you guys since you was kids, man. And like it just I've been hanging out with famous people, bro. It's crazy. Not hanging out, but like getting to know. It's fucking crazy. Like we talked to Kai the Hatchet Wooden Hitchhiker today. He's coming on our channel. Jay Williams, Chad Marks, fucking Get a Grip podcast, Ian Big. I talked to him before. Fucking all them dudes, bro. Fucking I'm missing a bunch.
I mean, low key though, dude. They're famous. They're famous in that circle.
They're in their own. They're famous on the internet. They're not like Hollywood stars. You know what I'm saying? The only one that would be
Kai. Kai would be.
Kai. I was just about to say that. The dude I talked to yesterday. He's like famous, like all around the United States, but he's in a fucked up situation. And it ain't all about that.
Oh yeah, JB, I was gonna ask you, on
damn,
Facebook,
that's what's up.
Come on, dude. So like, you've
been watching me since
just talking about
like a year and a half ago. You're saying?
What was your moment of clarity?
Ian Big a loser. Why you say that?
With life in general, or what?
Like that made you decide you don't want to that you want to be done with all the shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that you want to
that life, like the organizational life, the drug use. So, I told him mine.
When I was 12 years old when I got down, so that being said, that being done, what it used to be back in the days, nothing like what it is now. It used to be my struggle, your struggle, our struggle, we struggle together.
Yeah, exactly.
And now it's how can I benefit off of you? How can I better my life by your suffering or your sorrow? And so over the years, it just started getting worse and worse and worse, especially me being a white GD. You know what I'm saying? It started off as a Black Power movement, Black Power organization, because on the south side of Chicago, Black individuals were having issues out of the white gangs, out of the mafia, things like that. So what they did is they united together and they formed an organization. So it all originally was supposed to start off as the Black Peace Stones, but it actually wound up becoming divided. David Barksdale, Larry Hoover, all of them. So that with all that being said, that being done, a lot of people still look at it like that. A lot of people still believe that, oh man, y'all are just in the way. You're not even supposed to be here, or so on and so forth. But ever since I got down, I was always front line. Don't get me to talk about shit. Don't get me to go pull up on somebody. If you need somebody dealt with, come holler at me. Other than that, miss me with it. Mm-hmm. So, I've always been willing to do the work. I've always been willing to prove my loyalty, do my heart check. Every prison you go to.
Every prison.
When you get there,
go to all that.
Guys, you're going to get heart checked right off rip. Okay, well, you got to handle this. Or they're going to send somebody at you, see if you're about it, see if you're going to stand your ground. And, it seemed like it was always a one-way street. I was quick to handle business. But nobody wanted to handle business, but they wanted to come and have me handle business.
That's what I felt like, bro.
This went on for years and years and years. Then while I was in the feds, man, like some bullshit popped down. One of the guys was actually doing some righteous, outstanding shit. Like one of the guys owed out like $500 to the white car over some Subway sandwiches and shit. So the dude was going to chalk the white car, which was going to actually escalate into a huge-ass ordeal. And what bro did is bro went and paid off the debt, pulled up on the guys, and was like, hey, man, buddy running around claiming he part of the mob, he doing this, he doing that. And I feel like everybody should chip in a little bit of money and help cover the debt I just handled. And instead of them looking at, like, the good deed he just did, they looked at him and they're like, we don't pay rug debts. Like, the fuck you think? Mm-hmm. So, that actually escalated into us having to, basically, we dumped him out in the cell. And when I told him, I'm like, listen, y'all, he ain't going to take this shit on the chin. We're going to have to crash him out. And they're like, oh, man, there ain't no way. He's just going to accept it. And I'm like, I'm telling you now, he's not going to take it on the chin. So one of the guys actually ran out the cell while we were in there beating the brakes off this dude. And he left the door wide open, so dude was able to run out the cell and shit. And what wound up happening is he ran into a cell and went and got a lock in the sock. And, we were walking down Front Street, and one of the guys was going down the stairs into, like, the sitting room area. And he looked up, and he's like, heads up, heads up. And when we turned around, dude was running with a lock in the sock. There was 11 of us in there. One of the guys that was down on the sitting area, the other 9 brothers took off running. I'm the only one that stood there and stood ground. I'm like, man, this dude got a lock in the sock. Y'all running like he got a saw or something. Like, what the fuck? Right. And so, long story short, he swung it at me. I went to block it. He broke my hand. So right off rip, I'm trying to fight him with a busted-ass hand with a huge-ass split from a lock in the sock. Needless to say, he caught me in the side of my head and dropped me, and he's standing over top of me, beating me with this lock and shit. And none of the guys except one of them came back to get dude off of me. And the only reason dude came back is because, one, he's from Ohio, and 2, I fuck with him super tough.
I would have been pissed, dude.
So with that being said,
He froze.
He froze up.
Put everything out on the line, and I'm willing to do everything I know I'm supposed to do. But why am I going to give that type of energy to people that ain't going to give it in return? So that was really what made me start falling back. And, I'm old enough. I'm past the age of retirement. So I'm like, yeah, I'm cool. I'm doing me from here on out. And, if any of y'all got issues, we can line it up. We can do whatever, because any prison I've been at, if they on some unrighteous shit, then they know I'll fight the guys as quick as nobody else. You know what I'm saying? And that being done,
Maximus,
it is what it is. Either you're going to respect it or we can hit about it.
Well, that me.
Yeah.
No, I get it, bro, because I felt that 100% when you were saying that. I've been through all that shit at different experiences at different places, some better than others. Monique, vibrate him. Oh, okay. Long story short, I know exactly. Sometimes my dog does it for no reason, but this time he doesn't. But I've been places, bro, where I'm like, this shit ain't it, especially for us, where we gotta already put in more work as it is and prove ourselves. Sometimes it's worth it, sometimes it ain't.
That's right.
What's up, Pack?
Hey, bro. Hey, tell me how.
Really? On here no on YouTube.
Playing some dude. The first dude I punched on was one of the guys.
Oh shit! I forgot. I meet so many people on here. You did say you was folks, huh? Or at least what used to, or what, I didn't know.
I forget his name. His name was Ben.
Ben. I've never been to Marion, so.
Ben something.
But
yeah, the wild part is all of these shots right here are all 17s. Yeah, hey bro, that's why they were trying to up my level. I kept catching 17s. Or wait, 17s are
STG.
What's the
17s
unauthorized group
yeah,
activity?
17s are gang activity.
Yeah, that's exactly what I kept catching.
I had 3 of them. Towards the last 2 years of my bid, I got 3. But I got about like 27 tickets altogether. I think maybe more than that, but I only had that many sent home. I used to send them home from the hole, but I didn't do that the first couple of years. I got about 50 something total in the system because the one CO told me because he looked them up. But I only have like 27 on file, like here where I can show. Come on, Maximus.
Bro, when I was in Marion, there was a lot of bud in Marion, bro. So everybody was in and out of the bathroom all night smoking limbs.
Not sticks, limbs, huh?
Yeah, bro, fucking pinky fingers, bro.
Ain't that crazy?
And, I kept getting knocked, dude. Me and my buddy
and
B-Rap.
that sticks in your system for so damn long.
Me and B-Rap, a bunch of people kept getting knocked for out of place.
Because you guys would just meet up and smoke on the back wall, huh?
Yup. Yeah.
For anybody wondering what we're saying, when you only have a small amount of like trees or whatever it is, even to cigarettes, you roll what's called a stick because it's gonna last longer. So you're gonna get like 3 smokes off one Cadillac cigarette because you're breaking it down. But if it's an abundance,
you can really stretch it even more.
Right? But if it's an abundance, you use you could roll what you want. All right, Max, come on, you went, buddy. It's cold out here. There's snow on the ground. Let's go. My dog likes to just not be all about business. In the summer, I don't care, but in the winter, it's strictly business out here.
Hey, bro, that other phone you got, man, I would get rid of that. I would honestly, I would even get rid of the phone you're on right now.
Come on, Max. Yeah. Come on, Max. The one, I'm going to call and change the number.
You didn't peep how they reacted during that whole situation?
See, I thought they were just I honestly thought that it felt like they were joking and flirting with her and they were drinking. But honestly, no. Usually my spidey senses are... I didn't even think of that at that time. But when you said it, it got me trying to remember that reaction, which I could go run back.
Bro, listen, as soon as I said it, their whole vibe changed. Bro.
What did you say? I didn't hear you say it. You said...
motherfucker just said that?
Wait, what did you say?
I was like, as soon as they came on the screen, bro, I was like, that's who's hacking your motherfucking phone, bro.
You sent the text? Like you came through on the text and said it?
Yeah, yo.
I didn't even see that. Bro. And I'm pretty sure they can see that.
Bro, and then I kept talking shit, dude. Remember I kept typing mop in the chat? I kept typing mop. Because dude said he was talking about fighting or something, dude. I was like, bro, whatever. So I kept typing mop. And they left.
You kept putting what? Mop?
Mop. Like I told him I was going to mop the floor with him.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. So they must be able to read the chat. They must be able to. On both sides.
I could be tripping, bro.
Yeah, whole cigarette, me too. Mad Dog, what up? Hey, it's so many folks on the internet too. Like every app I go to, when they find out and I tell my story, I get a lot of love from a lot of different people, like GD, Simon City Royals, La Razas, even some BDs. But And most of them have heard my whole story and understand, you know, but not all of them.
I show no pity, send my soul to Simon City.
Yeah.
Hey,
White GD, yeah, white GD, yeah. 720. Not under the oil law, but growth and development is white dudes too.
Damn, that's
But the old gangster disciple law is not.
He actually did
It's
some
just
fuck
black
shit, but he
dudes.
transferred. I was down in Ross with him.
Yeah.
He was from Toledo and shit. And like, you ever heard of Queen Snow? No,
And see, I really hold on. Let me tell you on YouTube. And the reason why I don't get all into it, as far as well, not only because see, a lot of y'all don't know who ain't never heard my whole story. Towards the end of my bid, I took a 2-on-1 and got a cracked rib and a concussion. I told it on a bunch of podcasts and story times and shit, doing interviews, but I fell back because it was a bunch of non-righteous shit going on. Plus, my girl was threatening to leave me, pretty much, because I've been doing it since when I was like 15, since day one. So once I was 30 something, she's like this. We've been together since back then, so she remembered when we got together and this was all starting out. But by the time I went through all that and made it home, and it was already too late because I'm STG, that's on my record and all that. But because of my parole, I was always scared to talk about it on the phone because she was watching my shit, and I felt like it's hard to explain. You can actually get charged and get enhancements and shit for like promoting certain things like that if you're on the federal STG list. You know what I'm saying? It's just a lot of things that come behind that life, and it's not really what people think. But some people ain't probably have the experience I had. At one point, I ended up in a spot at Lake Erie where it was kind of racist in a way for the white GDs, but Lebanon wasn't like that. Like when I was at Lebanon, I had a great time. They treated us equal, but as like a reflection. But in other places, they didn't. They would use us. They would have 6'4s, and everybody would get together and talk about wanting to get rid of us, all kinds of shit. So you gotta understand what that would make you feel like coming from your neighborhood. People fuck with you, but then you go to prison, and not the same people you grew up with look at it as a race thing because you didn't go to school together and know each other your whole life and shit like that.
The crazy part is people get to the joint and they get these ways. They don't know none of their knowledge. They don't know none of their history. They don't know none of the.
Jax, it won't let you join.
Dude, there was a dude that had the yard, and I'm like, shit, tell me your 6 principles of life. He's like, what's that? I'm like, bro, you should know what your 6 principles of life are.
He wasn't familiar.
And it's simple. Man, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You don't know what your fucking 6 principles. Are you serious?
Yeah, and he's supposed to say.
And you don't even know what the fuck. You
too.
Something, but you don't even know what the fuck you're playing.
Well, yeah, bro, but you gotta look at it from the other side. He probably came from the streets, and he was probably running shit on the streets.
And out here, a lot of people don't even.
I mean, you don't even have to be running shit on the streets.
You know what's crazy? They don't even have to become familiar.
You don't get lit till you hit the joint.
That's kind of crazy, but that's like a lot of people. That's true. Like they just don't even care to become familiar with anything. They just people say it and it passes down through generations, but inside the system. And I was always actually taught that we really were supposed to move differently in prison anyways, and like maybe JB can understand that more, but that's when everybody has time to sit back and really like brush up and become familiar with everything. But it's crazy because I couldn't tell you how many times we would have the guys that couldn't even spit the creed or anything, like, and that's the first, you know what I mean? 16 plus 1 in the creed or the 2. Yeah, go ahead.
Four mandatory pieces you're supposed to know by heart and be able to recite at any given time, at any given point, which is your 16, 17, counting 5.
Yeah.
You got your creed, the OS, and the weak.
The OS, organizational structure.
And them are the 4 mandatory pieces.
What was the last one you said?
Able to recite them 4 mandatory pieces.
Yeah, I know. You said Toledo's an hour away from me. What was the last piece you said, JB?
And you can't recite them, you're even more.
Then that's how you know, like, shit, how long you been cheating? Everybody knows
day
the answer
one.
for that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, we got little questions.
But a lot of times people won't say that correctly, and right off the rip, you already got them. Or you'll say, "What do you know?" And they're supposed to tell you they're familiar. You know what I mean? It's little things like that.
What do you know? It's what are you familiar with?
But even just little simple things like that, and they'll throw you off that fast. You know.
Dude, we were getting playbooks from the board while where I was just at in the feds. Like we were tuned in with board members, and we were getting the playbooks. The assistant coach and the head coach were getting the playbooks sent in.
That's
so
crazy.
like we were getting an official from the motherland, from the board, from all the people who are supposed to have that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like I actually was the assistant coach while I was at, but after that shit happened, I fell back, bro. I'm like, bro, I ain't gonna ride for a bunch of dudes that won't even stand up for themselves. Like that don't make no sense.
Yeah, that is crazy how it works.
That's why all the guys, when they get on my shit that I was locked up with, like, man, bro's official. Like,
yeah, I read a couple comments.
At the end of the day, like that shit ain't for me anymore, bro. That shit's so goofy anymore.
That's kind of how I started looking at it towards the end, bro. But I just had it. I almost felt like at the time I was like, you know, it's my reality, it's my existence. I'm just gonna go with the flow. But I started feeling like there was a lot of racist shit going on, to be honest, like at Lake Erie.
Always.
But at Lebanon, it wasn't like that. Level 3 disciplinary, I started kind of falling into the rhythm, like, all right, this is a lot better because they really did have like a structure, you know, the organizational structure is different. That and there was so much. It was like militant there, though, like 2-a-day mandatory workouts. We had our own chow hall. We had to wait every time the doors popped. We would all had a designated spot up front where we waited till everybody got there. And then once we knew everybody that was going to chow was there, which was mandatory anyways, even if you weren't going to eat your food, you had to go. And then we would move as one. So we would move as one in a group where we were so close to each other, but we wouldn't step on each other's feet. But you were like damn near trying not to step on each other's feet, and we would move as like one well-oiled machine.
Nobody could come within,
Right, and that's how we would do it down the halls, and then we would pass like each other. You know how Lebanon's all one-way traffic on them duct tape, and we would see other blocks, and it was a real good feeling, like a brother. You know, the real meaning of brotherhood, and it didn't matter the white and black thing. Like we was a reflection of each other. That didn't matter, but in other prisons, it felt like they would use us. You know what I'm saying? So it just depends on where you're at. Everybody's. That's what I was just explaining over here.
You know what I think you start to have problems at when you're a white GD and you start going through county jails.
Yeah.
Right. Because for some reason, man, I don't know, man. They motherfuckers act different in county jail.
Absolutely, they act different in county jail.
Like.
Yeah, we are. We talk about it because it's still a part of our life. Me and him known each other our whole life. We've been doing this since we was kids before we went to prison. Say what? The people that don't like it just keep scrolling.
Wicked down there?
Yeah, Wicked was literally our gov, bro. See, that's crazy. I don't know his name, but he was our governor, and that's literally it was what I was thinking in my head when you said that. Is I thought of him and wondered where he was and what he's up to, but he was a black dude with a bald head.
I was going through my old prison shit, and I found this fucking information. That's why I was asking if people still there, but
yeah, he was solid. He wasn't racist or nothing, bro. He sat down with, what'd you say?
I said Wicked would vouch for me. That's a good ass guy, bro.
We sat down and he thanked me for what I did with running in the room my first day when they sent me and Shit Truck to run in on the JD dude, which I've already told that story. When I saw him in the chow hall, because he was from another block, he sat down, we talked, you know, while we locked up, was doing our little 1-2 knocking and shit. We sat down and he thanked me personally for what I did for us as a whole and said, don't take it personal, but you just got here. He said, but they told me you did good, you handled it. And Shit Truck was sitting right there with me, just like intently listening. And I seen how much respect everybody was giving him. You know what I mean? And they moved, let me sit down next to him so that we could have this conversation. It was just like a well-oiled machine, like I said, bro. Like everything was ran so perfectly. It felt like some shit in the mob or something, bro. Like,
he tuned in.
Crazy.
Like he tuned in.
Yeah,
like, he got direct line to the gov and the board. And
but he's very like spiritual too. At the same time, he's spiritual.
Spider, you guys ever heard of Spider? You know Spider? I think he was in Lake Erie.
Spider, yeah, I knew. Well, I know like 3 Spiders, bro. Yeah, Spider, was he an older dude with long hair? Yeah. He was at Richland too in 2018 or 19, but he was riding out when I seen him. He was like he's something with long hair. And see, I always imagine myself, I didn't want to be an older dude still a part of that life, bro. I always wondered what it would be like to be like 45, calling yourself still on count and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? I just always thought about that shit, bro. When my girl gave me an ultimatum, it kind of felt like a no-brainer. You know what I mean? But bro, people think that shit's easy like that to put that behind you. And like, look, people on YouTube was just over here saying why think about it or talk about it, but I don't cover up my problems, and I know you don't either, JB. And like, we both been in the same position in the same city since we was kids, and like, why would we cover it up as a problem? Like, I like to face my problems head on. It's like counseling. I like to, and people are interested in it anyways. You know what I'm saying? So I'm healing all the shit in my life that I ruined, while other people are just kind of like getting entertainment out of it, I guess, you know? I don't run from my issues.
Hopefully, motherfuckers learn from mistakes that you are preaching about.
That's the whole point of it.
That's
yeah, bro.
The goal, bro. For real, for real.
You know what was crazy? Go ahead, bro.
Because we ain't here to glorify none of this shit. We here to
hell
no, absolutely not, bro.
Allow people to understand that, you know, you get.
I think people get the idea though.
Unicorns and rainbows, and when you get there, it's fucking thunderstorms and floods. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything's so hyped up to be this fucking wonderful, glorious shit. But the reality of it is it's just a bunch of people that are out to try to get over on each other, and it's sad because there's no unity. There's no. How can we strive out of this struggle? You know what I'm saying? It's mind blowing on how bad shit's got over the years. And like me doing almost 15 fucking years, I've watched it get worse and worse and worse and worse. And as soon as Tunchi or Deuce hit the yard, bro, it was over with. Over with. Like,
yeah, that fucked a lot of people
up. Throw a V over somebody fucking with the subways or anything like that. Fucking. You catch them in the cell all epied out and all sorts of goofy shit. Like, bro, where all that?
See, that's what I'm saying. How they gonna tell us we can't take debts or get, you know, smoking and doing this and that or partying to a strip, but then we would catch other people doing it, and then they were picking and choosing who they wanted to violate. That's when I started realizing it was like really, because getting high comes with that.
I've never personally been V'd for nothing like that, but
well, getting high comes with all that other shit, bro. I've witnessed it happen. Like if you're, let's say it's your best friend, you know, 30 years, and they say, I'll give you this for $10 on store day. All right, cool. And you want to party. So you do it. And he knows you're going to pay him back because you know him your whole life. It's like a good bond. But if they get wind of that, they can literally come to you and be like, did you take that on consignment? And be like, yeah, man, we're good. He knows I got him. Doesn't matter. They could be like, well, we agreed that you got to write an essay, or we agreed you got to run laps, 6 laps. Or we agreed for mouth shots, rib shots, whatever.
I've had to run the stairs before.
Yeah, exactly. But that shit had me brainwashed, bro.
I would do tattoos for whatever I was after. Commissary, fucking.
So you always had a hustle.
If I wanted to get feeling good that day, all that great 9 yards. And I actually got jumped by one of the guys from Cleveland and then St. Deuce from Kentucky. So dude was dead ass wrong. You know, like, we got rules where nobody, if you ain't G, you don't put your hands on a G. They had
keep everything in-house.
SDs, they had MLBs, they had all these fucking other organizations involved in violations and shit like this. Bro, I got kicked in the face with a size 14 Timberland boot.
Your back ain't even supposed to hit the ground, bro.
Yeah, you ain't never supposed to put your feet no matter what.
It's the ultimate sign of disrespect. I got kicked square in my face because they found out that I did a tattoo for a little bit of Subway sandwiches and a whole bunch of commissary.
Bro, I got
that feet thing is never supposed to happen.
Felons, bro. I was buying strips off of somebody and I was plugged in. I was getting them for cheap. Well, they got mad, got wind of it, pulled up on me, and were like, "Yeah, bro, you're about to be buying those off of us now for this much." And I was like, "Yeah." I don't remember who initiated the going to my cell, because my cell was all the way back in the corner. But we went to my cell, talked for about maybe 30 seconds, and then
got the rumbling, huh?
They got the whooping my ass. Hell yeah.
See, man, it's just
cool. All right after that. But my point in saying that though, bro, was my bunkie at the time, bro, was a big ass G, bro. Big ass, and he was a white. I mean, it don't matter white or black. That shit don't matter. Big ass white boy, dude. Tall as fuck, cocky as hell, dude. Like,
right.
Yeah, I had the bottom rack, gave it to him and shit, bro.
Right, which is cool to do shit like that if you fuck with somebody, especially if they're too big to get up And like, that's out of respect. So especially if they disrespect you after some shit like that, it's crazy. I gave mine to an old man one time. I gave my bottom rack to an elderly dude one time.
He sat on his rack, bro. Man. And then I spared him, dude. I could have went to the guys, bro, and been like, hey, dude needs he needs to check in.
To 11.
Thank you for liking
Yeah,
that.
11.
Yeah,
Liking
he
a
needs
lot,
to check in because and then at some point, a few weeks
they did it
after
in,
that,
we
bro,
put it
he's
in our
like doing
eyeball
bullets and
and
shit.
sniffed it.
He's like, I'm about to get back on my G shit. I fucking looked him right in the face. I'm like, not while I'm here, bro. You're not.
That's
the
crazy.
fuck you are.
What did he say?
He said, I'm about to get back on my G shit, bro. I'm like, okay, all right.
Who said that? The white dude you're talking about?
Yeah, big ass. He's from the west side, Cleveland.
Okay. Where you from in Cleveland?
Because that's what this shot right here is for. We got into a little riot with the Heartless Felons in Two House when I was down.
I'm hitting a cigarette real quick, y'all.
Yeah, they talking about I got a black eye out the ordeal, and fucking they're like, oh, he had a black eye, and there was just a large fight between the Heartless Felons and the GDs in Two House, and that's where he resides, and that's wound up in a hole over that.
I got all that shit
I got
right
away
here
with the
too.
fight, and then I go down over a stupid ass black eye.
I got a whole bunch of conduct
I'm like, bro,
reports.
I was playing basketball. They're like, bro, you're never out there playing basketball. I'm like, so I did that day. I said,
Hey, bro,
where'd you get the black eye? Basketball. Man, y'all play some rough ass basketball.
Hey, yeah, that was the number one thing. Say horseplay.
Yeah.
See, look, I was glad I sent home like these 27 conduct reports because I never even knew back then I'd be a content creator. But like, it's cool to have it now. Like, it's good to have this shit now. Where if I tell a story time and I can give my point of view and then I can give a CO's point of view. You know what I'm saying? Like how they wrote the ticket up.
That's not a bad idea, dude. That'd be cool.
Yeah, I'm saying I've done it before. Like these are all different shit right here.
Have you ever caught a new case and they brought up your conduct reports from prison?
Well, I've never caught a new case. Like I'm STG, but I ain't never had to deal with that. But I heard that happens. Like I heard that happens.
They did it to me. They raised they upped my level over it.
So you went home and came back, caught a case, and that happened.
Caught a new case, came back, and they fucking up my fucking level. But the lady told me I was getting ready to ride out my dude to go to
lighter. Yeah, hold on.
Halfway house. My first bid, my last 6 months. TC. I was about to TC.
I'll put it right there.
And she was like, if you had 2 more weeks left, we'd be riding you out. Like, all right, whatever.
Yeah, well,
I don't though. So see you.
Hey JB, you ever met dude named hold on, I'm trying to remember his name. Jamaz Provath, you know him? He's from Niles, but he lived in Warren. He went home and got a case, and the first thing that the judge said was he was STG'd and brought up all his fucking
James?
No, Jamaz. Mixed dude. Hey, here goes. Let me see. Hold on. You might know Bama. I don't know. You remember Bama? That's in Lake Erie. That's Mike Page from Youngstown. I don't know if you know any of these people. Hold on. And then
I don't recognize somebody.
you might. I got like 8 photos from that time period. Oh, the Simon City Royal dude from Marion. He's right here. That was my homie Mitchum
Who's
Hopper.
that? Let me see him. I probably know him.
Let me see. I got it in here somewhere. All this shit's all fucked up.
I gotta know him, bro. What year was he there?
At Lake Erie, 2020 to 22, and then the feds came and picked him up.
Marion.
Oh, I don't know. He's from Marion, Ohio.
Oh yeah, I might still know him though.
He what ended up happening with him was we were bunkies in the hole, and he ended up getting fucking he was in a good mood, and then all of a sudden they came and fucking indicted him on the feds, bro, and he was about to go home in 8 months. Right here, this is one of the craziest tickets that when it went STG shit was the day I was just telling y'all about. It said Officer Jones seen inmate McCombs, inmate Reek, and inmate Snyder, all 3 exchanging close hand fists, striking each other. All 3 inmates stopped fighting and were handcuffed. Inmate Snyder had visible injuries on his forehead. But that's the situation I just told you about, bro. When and that was with the guys right there.
Oh, with dude?
Yeah, that was the shit with. Look, dude just died, bro. Like
Snyder, you said You said Snyder?
Yeah, M.A. Snyder right here when it says Reek, Snyder, and McCombs were all three exchanging closed hand fists, striking each other. It's because I was already in there fighting dude, and I started getting over on him so bad because he fell behind the toilet. So I started upping him, and I split his eye right here. And then 2-6, who's from Chicago, bro. He's actually from Chicago. He's dark side 2-6. He came running in on me, and he kicked me in the back. But this was after I already fell back. After I already took my 2-on-1 and got, you know, the V and fell back on off count and shit. But so they were mad, bro.
When you were leaving.
Okay.
This was after I already did that. This was like 2 months later. We went to the yard, and our block and their block was out there. And he asked everybody, did they care if he did that? But I already fell back. And they said, as a whole, it was like 23 of them in E. Edward. They said, it's on you, on a personal endeavor. So, you know, it ain't righteous, but whatever. So he went and did it.
Right.
Then I beat his ass. So 2-6 got mad, ran in and kicked me and tried to even up the odds. And that's how that happened. But he had to go home bleeding, bro. Like, he went to the house. He went out to the car to see his people with blood on his face and his white teeth because I don't think he expected it to turn out like that. You see what I'm saying? Because they were like, he was waiting on them to call his name type shit, bro. Yeah, bro. Then he went home from the hole. Huh? No, he actually went home from the hole.
Let me fucking give out. Let me take care of this V real quick before I leave.
Look, here's another little one. This was me and my bunkie. It just was the one. I put all these in a photo already. Miss Phillips from I can't say where she's from because she's from around here, but she said I witnessed. She said I was on the above date and time. Officer Phillips, was working 12 West. As I approached cell 163, I witnessed inmate McCombs and inmate Smith in a fighting stance facing each other with their fists up, out of breath, as if they were just fighting. I gave them directives to step away. I alerted my partner, blah, blah. We both went to the hole. That was me and my bunkie getting into it. I think I got another fight ticket in here.
Damn, bro, you keep getting knocked in a cell. How you keep getting knocked?
Hey, this one right here, this is the shit I got paid to do, bro.
I've been in so many fights in cells and gotten away with it.
Board that bitch right up. You good?
Yeah, but no, this was literally, bro. Dude tried to crash. It was because it was count. I think he tried to crash on me. Like, he wanted it to happen during that time because he got to run in his mouth at that exact same time. So I fucking did. You know what I'm saying? This one was at Leb and K King right here, bro. And he said, while performing a range check after child, Officer Shively noticed small drops of blood on the day room floor around cell 1K15. After locking down, returning from child, we reviewed the camera footage. In doing so, we witnessed inmate McCombs throw a closed fist strike. I know it was two, but they said closed in the facial region of inmate Hypes. Inmate Hypes backed away and did not fight back. It's because he knew it was coming and he didn't want to go to the hole. So if you know, you know at Lev, if you don't fight back, they get a rule for assault. You know what I mean? But yeah, so, and the guys actually gave me some shit to take to the hole to do that. Which is kind of, you know, I feel like you shouldn't get asked to do shit all the time, but that was like the second or third thing they asked me to do when I was down there.
Bro, yeah. They kept trying to send. I kept getting sent out of place, motherfucker, man. In a level 3, bro, they had me and my dude out of multiple times trying to catch. It was like 2 different people we were trying to catch, bro. We spent like 2 months trying to catch these 2 people.
Out of place, you was going into other blocks looking for them.
Yup. We were crashing out. If we got our hands on them, bro, we were crashing wherever we were at.
Did they owe money or something?
Yup.
This one's just, yo.
You know that the conveyancing charge I got?
Yeah.
I was down in Belmont.
Yeah.
So they actually held my institutional record against me. So they were giving reasons why I need to go back to prison. And number 7 was, while incarcerated, defendant had 22 rule violations.
Here's that
I was
dude.
within only my first number.
22 on the first one. That's
yeah.
That's the Simon City
22
Royal
on my
dude.
first number.
And they held it against you. You guys know him right here, real quick.
You cocky motherfucker.
Huh?
Which one? The guy standing up or the one leaning over?
The one leaning over is me. The one standing up is that's Mitchum Hopper. He's home now. He just got a hold of me from
Yeah, that's my guy, bro.
yeah, dude. That's my dude, bro. Hey, he helped me. See,
hey,
I had
Simon City.
Yeah, he's on Simon City Royal. I had a situation at
Simon
Lake
City,
Erie.
bro. That's my guy.
And then here goes.
my
I can't
God,
say
bro.
who this is, but this is somebody. He's Simon City Royal too. But I can't. I'm not gonna say his government name because of certain reasons. He's from our area, JB, but he don't want to be out there. I mean, people know his face, but I'm not gonna throw his government out there. Hey, and these dudes, one's from Akron. These are both folks too.
Bro, what the fuck?
That's William Joseph and LeBron Hill from Cleveland and Akron. That was my first week in prison right there, literally. I was still little as fuck. That's West V and Lancaster and I-Dorm.
He looks familiar.
Yeah, that was my homie right there. Me and him got in so much shit in I-Dorm, bro. That dude, that's a solid ass dude right there. And Josh Jenkins too, bro. He just got a hold of me. Yeah. We could bring other people up on the boxes if they want.
How was your bid with him?
It was cool. He was like my best friend, bro. Like for real. That was one of the most solid dudes, bro. At Lake Erie, like I said, it was kind of kill Whitey.
He's too solid, bro. The thing is
yeah.
He's so solid, bro. He'll be easily misled.
Yeah, he is, bro. No, he is. And he was like that with me too. Like I had a situation and he was the only person that came and helped me at Lake Erie. Everybody else fell back and was like, well, shit, bro, that wasn't righteous anyways. And he looked at it like, well, I don't give a fuck whether it is or not. He's like, we'll just deal with it now and we'll both get in trouble later. I'm like, yeah. That's what I'm saying, bro.
Yeah.
He just called me not that long ago, like a week ago. Now, look. Now, JB. I want to show you something, right? I can't show this on camera.
That's good, bro, but he was my dude, and I judged his character correctly, and I'm glad.
Yeah, he's a good dude. Hey, I even got some shit right here, bro, that I feel like, and you know, it doesn't matter no more. I'll probably show you this in person because that's kind of too personal to put on camera. Like, you're allowed to see it, but I can't show outsiders that. I sent some things home from the hole. And next time you come over, I'm gonna show you it. And like it'll be like reading like a real hood book or true crime thing, but it's actually real shit. And it's like I'll show you. You'll understand when I show you. I want to see if anybody knows what this is.
I'm probably about to be out that way, bro. This
you are?
This coming week.
You about to come out this way? Yeah, hit me up.
Yeah, you'll have to let me know when, and if I ain't at work, I'll swing out.
I can't hear shit.
Yeah, he's talking into his
No, I don't got no mic on or nothing. Is that what you were saying? What's up, Marky?
No, you were talking into your pant leg. Nobody could hear you.
Into your pant leg?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because I was leaning down and it was I got you. He said talking into your pant leg. You know Jamaz, Brandy? Missed a whole bunch of comments. I'm trying to come up, bro. It won't let me. Hey, Jamaz, you guys know Jamaz or no?
No, I don't know who the fuck he is.
He's a mixed dude, but he's had it rough, bro. He's been through a lot of shit. Like, not trying to victimize him and shit, but he been dealt like a shitty ass hand of cards his whole life, right? And he comes home and crazy shit happens, he goes right back to prison every time. He's been doing it for like the last 8 years.
Yeah.
What is he, boss?
Yeah, but he's solid. Yeah, yep. He's growth and development. He's a good dude, bro. He was solid as fuck when we were at Trumbull, but he was the one I was saying that my first example to know that life can follow you when you're tagged, because when he got in trouble for some unrelated shit and went to court, the judge said, well, I'm giving you the 3 years, but then I'm giving you another year for being a part of an unauthorized group activity. I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah, bro.
Now, did he have anything to do with organizational business?
I don't know. I never got the details. He just told me. He told me the judge gave him an extra year.
They tried to hit me with that in the feds. They were trying to give me an upward variant because I have a STG's jacket with multiple rule fraction violations. So they were actually trying to give me a 2-point enhancement over that for participating in a violent street gang, is what the federal enhancement's called.
Which they make that sound
There
crazy.
wasn't anything else involved with it, any of the guys or any like paraphernalia
Right.
or
Possibly.
any literature or anything along them lines. Like
Possibly.
it wouldn't stick. But they definitely were trying to hit me with that. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, shit, I'm gonna drop out. I'm scared of that shit. I can't, I can't.
Yeah, because you want to make them think that
They
regardless.
fucking denied my first judicial due to
17. Yeah, 17.
Yeah, it was funny when,
catching
when I was
17, a
going,
bunch of fucking 17s.
when I was going through Lorraine for my first number, they're like, man, you got 6-point stars and pitchforks all over you. What are you? Are you a GD or are you a crit? I'm like, bro, I'm a Jewish farmer. And they're like,
Right.
no, motherfucker, you're a GD. We're putting you down as a GD. I'm like, what's
Hey,
that?
I always thought it was crazy when people would admit the shit or say, and they would actually put it down as like self-proclaimed. I've heard people say that. Like, yeah, my thing says self-proclaimed or whatever. That's crazy.
Bro,
It's like if somebody finds that out.
Dude came to the federal joint I was at and was trying to say that he was tuned in with the board and everything like that. That the board gave him the blessing to come in and try to start doing the running as the head coach and all that shit. Well, come to find out, dude was full of shit, all this great 9 yards. But this stupid motherfucker. So we got the gang coordinator in the state, but in the feds it's called SIS, which is the Special Investigation. And pretty much they do the fights. They do any unauthorized activities. So
They investigate them and
dude
shit.
went to fucking SIS and told them, they're like, hey, we're going to have a 6-4 out on the yard. And, if you let us have our 6-4 without none of y'all interrupting, everybody will voluntarily come up there and sign that they are active members.
What?
Man, we're coming out. So this dipshit motherfucker had all of our names, all of our cell numbers, and all of our POAs in a notebook. So when we're walking, SIS was they're like, what you got in that notebook? And dude opened it right to the page and handed it to him.
That's
and we're all
crazy.
peeping this shit. Oh, no.
That sounds nuts. And I believe that because I saw something like that.
He's standing there, he's looking at it, he pulls out a cell phone, he takes the picture of it and shit. And we asked him, we're like, bro, what the fuck? What the fuck was that? He's like, oh, no, it's cool, bro. Because he is kind of right. So in certain federal prisons and like certain cars and shit like that, they work with the staff. Like any of the shot callers for any particular gangs or cars or anything like that, they will personally work with staff to be like, listen.
But you mean like you mean work with them in a different way.
The feds will pull up on you and be like, hey, what's up with him? Can he come back out or is it over with? And if they're like, bro, it's over with. Don't bring him. He's gone. Like they're not going to risk it because the feds is crazy, bro. People be getting
I got you, Prophet. Hold on.
Yeah, people be getting laid out in the feds, bro. That shit
Let me know
wild
if
as
you're
fuck.
still in there.
And
Big Prophet.
so, long story short, dude wound up checking in because we told him he knows what time it is. You just did that police ass shit. It's either you go right now or we're gonna fucking bust your head open. And one of the guys wind up smacking him and shit. So, long story short, the next day they start. I'm stuck down at the shot hall. I was working down there and shit. I'm watching all the guys go up there, and I'm sitting there. I'm like, what the fuck? And then the staff pulled up on me and was like, hey, you need to go over to the captain's office. I'm like, for what? They're like, shit, we don't know. You going to the shoe again? I'm like, man, I fucking hope not. So when I get over there, fucking dude's name was Freeman. He's like, there was a couple of the dudes that were walking out. I'm like, yo, bro, what's up? They're like, man, they're trying to get us to sign a document stating that we register as federal known gang members. I'm like, what?
Scary.
They're like, yeah, fucking, I can't think of this fucking goofy ass.
You're reminding me of something that happened at Trumbull, bro, at TCI.
Older dark skinned dude. But they're like, yeah, man, this dumbass motherfucker told SIS that if they let us have our 6-4 without them interrupting us, we'd all voluntarily sign that paper. I'm like, bro, I ain't signed shit.
You just.
Oh, hell no. My dude from Canton, he was thinking it was like the state. You know, in the state, you get hit with a 17, okay? Yeah,
that's
you got
what
a
I got.
jacket, you get in some trouble going to the hole for the
You go back. Not even though, bro. I've never been to the hole for a 17, bro.
I have.
I got
Are you
6
still
or
up? Do you still want to see the
shots right
picture?
here. I went to the hole for all of them. And
bro,
But it's different on a federal level, you're saying, right? Because that's all I got is STG in the state. I ain't never been
so
to, I don't, you
with
know what I'm
the
saying?
federal level, once you become an active member on a federal level, you now have a 100% active federal gang jacket. Any
that's
charge
worse?
you can catch, they can hit you with gang shit. Any fight you can get in, they'll hit you with gang shit. So long story short, the SIS pulls me in there. They're like, so, what's up? I'm like, man, what the fuck y'all want? And they're like, shit, so you were out there at that meeting yesterday. I'm like, bro, I ain't got shit to do with that. They're like, well, you were out there for the whole meeting. I said, yeah, because they felt like they had to say what they had to say. And, you know, at the end of the day, like, I had to wait to the end of it to be like, nah, I'm cool. I ain't fucking with y'all. Which I really wasn't fucking with them at all because that was after the lock in the sock incident. So they're all like, okay, well, we need you to sign this piece of paper. I said, I ain't signing that shit. And they're like, well, you know, there was an agreement, so you have to sign it. I said, bro, I'm not signing that fucking shit because, bro, once you get that federal jacket, it's all bad because they can hit you with that enhancement for fucking anything.
That's what I was wondering. But see, in Jamaz, I think Jamaz been to the
signed that shit. I'm like, bro, you just fucked up.
That's
like,
the first one I took. My
My
first week in prison. I think Jamaz had that, so that would make sense why the state level would be allowed to do that. And look, you just reminded me.
3 levels of STG. You got
Yeah,
1, 2, and 3.
and I'm a 2. I knew I was a 2.
Like how severe or how heavy you're in there banging like that,
they can make you a disruptive 3.
So I think it's a level 1 is the lowest, and the level 3
Yeah,
is
it
the
is.
highest.
1 is passive, inactive. 2 is actively recruiting, and 3 is disruptive. And I was a 2 when I went home, and I haven't done nothing. So either it's a 2 or it dropped to a 1. Yeah, 3 is like the worst. Well, you got it. Just you can still be considered gangbanging as 2, but it depends on how much tickets you get that are related to S17s, or if they're just petty tickets. But if anything you do that is related, they can say, well, we want to make you a 3. And look, you just reminded me of at Trumbull, this dude went and rode out to either Luke or Toledo or something, and their new guy stepped in to be the gov, and he worked in the commissary, and everyone was talking about how he was saying he wanted all the blocks to write down the thing, right? Well, we all got together and was like, why would they want to do that, right? And then they were coming to bring commissary that day, and he literally asked us, like, hey, did you guys get that together? Because he was dropping the bags off, and we said, well, we wanted to figure out what was going on first, but we were really stalling him out so we could all get together and figure out what the meaning was. But when he came in, he expected us to have a sheet with everybody in 14 West that, you know what I'm saying, and he wanted to go from block to block and get that paper and know who was on count. That just don't sound right, bro. That didn't sound right. It didn't feel right. And they never brought it up again. Like, they never came back and said, well, what's up with that? It was just something. What do you
mean by actively recruiting?
Meaning like you're going around, like if someone asks you and then you start teaching them lit or sending them on a mission or jumping anything, like violate physical shit that happens, anything that they do to take steps to become a part of your organization, you are now like helping others become part. So you're actively recruiting. You're trying to grow your, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well,
Initiations, yeah.
Probating. So if you get somebody
that's a process.
Yeah, it's a process.
So what they start off is they start off as FOF, which
is
Friends
of the Folk. Yeah.
And what they do is they fuck with the mob, they run with the guys, they aid and assist through anything and everything. Like, so basically it's where you gotta see where your heart's at. So some places do it for 30, some places do it for 60.
Yeah, ours was usually 30. It's like they want to speed that process.
Your heart's truly in it for the right reasons. Once you show that you're willing to stand for what you say and all that shit, after a while you get cleared, you get processed, and you get put down. Right. So you know, under our old concept, it was one particular way. Under our new concept, we do it a completely opposite way. Because, you know, under the 720, we are no longer considered a gang. We're an organization. We're more of a mafia-stimulated organization. We don't bang over colors. We don't bang over sides of town. We don't, okay, well, you this and I'm that, so what? No, we don't do that shit anymore. People that are truly following the growth and the development. So at the end of the day, like, you get put down a particular way, but you know, our history and our knowledge always teaches don't come in division, don't leave in division. So, you know, a lot of people that get down to the joint think that, okay, now I'm verified, I'm stamped, I'm good to go. No, bro, none of that shit really reads.
Yeah, 6
Because,
years,
you know,
9 months.
you're not truly stamped and you're not truly verified until you're tuned in on the streets, until you actually
You gotta have a house. You gotta have a bedroom.
Yeah, you got to be.
Yeah, like they was telling me like about Hell's Kitchen.
Has the ability to
JB,
verify you.
You familiar with that?
Get that misconstrued. They're like, oh yeah, bro, I'm this, I'm that. Like, okay, what camp you from?
Hell's TYG told me that when people ask that, we say Hell's Kitchen. That's what TYG and all them
I'm
was saying.
6'4". You know what I'm saying? I'm 6'4".
Which was Cleveland,
which is
Northeast Ohio or whatever.
So you got Hell's Kitchen, you got Uptown Gangster, and then you got Hell's Kitchen. So I was locked up with a bunch of Hell's Kitchen, but I'm 6'4". I'm 6 shot out of 6'4".
Yeah, I heard you. I had to walk away for a second.
So it's basically it's the equivalent of hang around prospect brother. Basically.
Yeah, like how like how biker clubs do it. It's the same concept.
As long as you fall under the proper person, but you know,
normally it starts out as a friendship.
Yeah,
you click with somebody you fuck with. You're gang banging. He isn't. He decides.
Hey, and I want to make this clear real quick. Look, so everything we're talking about, is certain things that we can't, like certain laws and policies or like literature pieces. That's for only insiders to know. But everything we're talking about is a part of our.
It's history.
It's history. You can go online and look this shit up, bro. Like somebody could go on Google right now and learn the same shit.
LC in multiple institutions. I know where I can go with this, and I know.
Right. I've been thinking that the whole time. Like if someone else might think that, but there's certain levels to this shit. Like as far as actually reciting certain things, like that's for not for outsiders.
You can go on Wikipedia
and find this shit. Right. I already know.
Everything we've said so far.
You can get the whole playbook. You can get the whole.
That's crazy. Somebody exposed that.
All you gotta do is go on Wikipedia.
And that's how a lot of people feel like they're official by doing that, and like they came home by doing that. But really, somebody either exposed that, or it was a federal agent, or I don't know if it was a snitch or something. But somewhere along the line, they got their hands on that, and it's out there for everybody to know. But like, yeah, bro, that's nuts. And I forget what the fuck I was about to say. Damn it. Oh.
Yeah, you're right though. It definitely should not be.
Man, bro, I just spaced out.
So you know, the thing with that though, the Honorable Chairman actually wrote a book it's called From the Gangster Disciples to the Growth and Development. And you know, he actually compares the old concept to the new concept. He actually refers to the 360 creed compared to the 720 creed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like he actually put a little bit of that information out.
Right.
You know, him doing that, can't nobody say anything
because he's the one, right? That actually, that's crazy to look at that. Oh, this is what
I didn't know he wrote a book doing that.
Yeah, it's
comparing them.
Oh, JB.
From the Gangster Disciples to the Growth.
And this is what I was about to say, bro.
Yeah, I'm about to read that, dude.
JB, you just reminded me when we were talking about the 30 days and the 60 days and all that, bro. There was times at Leb where there was so much shit going on at Lebanon where it was like wars, where we were having like active shit with other organizations that they would speed it up, bro, and they'd say 30 days, but after 7, 8, 9, 10 days, people would just not bring it up again and look at them like they were, you know, like they came home. So even though they'd say 30 days, bro, it was like they were like trying to speed the process, bro, and they would just bend corners. They were just bending corners, bro. Like, we need you. Yeah, like we need you, bro. Like that's literally what. And then 7 more people would go to the hole like in 2 days, you know, because something happened, and they'd be doing it again. So we were always trying to keep our numbers up because, and the most we ever had was 23 at one time in E. Edward. At one point,
on one block.
One block. Yeah, at Lebanon itself, there's probably like maybe like close to 700 or 800, I'd say, because Lebanon holds like 1,800 people.
So real quick, guys. Julian, I might be butchering that, but she said Lorraine will tag you at the front door.
She was a CO at Lorraine.
She said I can't see any of them. Like, what are you referring to? Like visible organization tattoos? Is that what you're referring to?
She's talking about because Pac was holding up pictures on. He was showing me YouTube a bunch of pictures, and I think she thought that he was showing them.
I just showed them on YouTube too, though. Okay, yeah, so I got it. I'll see if she knows any of them.
I didn't know what she was referring
but she don't work there no more. I don't think. She used to be a CO at Lorraine, right? At reception. And also for the record,
and everything, bro. My second time through, I was already tagged.
Another thing I want to say with that.
I came back like not even a year later, bro. They're like, yeah, bro, you're going for 3.
Another thing real quick I want to say about that is everyone in these photos has been seen by staff because these had to go through a screening process to get sent home to my girl. So I'm not like showing nothing they don't know. Like they already seen the photo, decided if they wanted to be okay with it because they don't like, sometimes. But we would wait till certain shifts was there, send it out, and it would go out. But if you send it on the wrong shift, they'd be like, oh, ain't these guys in the same STG group? No, I ain't letting it go out. And then it wastes your stamps. You know what I'm saying? We knew how to bend corners and get around that shit. So I just showed them over here too, real quick. So here's, I'm not gonna say their names though, but if you recognize them, you recognize them. That one's hard to see. Obviously, that's at Lake Erie. He's from my city. That's at Noble. He's from Youngstown, one city over. And then that's my first week at Lorraine right here. This is in the Chow Hall block. When I first got out of
I was gonna say that does
reception,
look like
it's 7. What is it? 7A or 7B or some shit like that. She might know. Giuliano 8A. Well, when I was there, it was
8A was the gang block.
Yeah, when I was there, it was it was the one behind the library or Rec, the one right behind Rec that like faced out towards Rec.
Yep, right there.
Was that 7A or B?
Those first 2 blocks.
One dude's from Akron, one dude's from Cleveland, and then you got this. That's Lancaster, and then you got this at Lebanon, and then you got Lake Erie in the hole. That's us in the hole on the kiosk. We were on our workout, bro. We was on our workout shit tough. That was my out of everybody I ever did a bid with, bro. This was my most trustworthy, favorite brother right here, bro. He was so solid. Like, he didn't give a fuck like what was going on. He didn't have to explain it to me. Yeah, he just called me, bro. Like, look, he was on Facebook and my shit popped up on his For You page. Yeah.
Oh my god.
And look,
bro,
he wrote me.
Name, bro. Mention my name.
I will.
Be like DJ from Marion, bro. He's about to go.
I will. What was crazy is he wrote me and it went to my message request and he found my video, right? And then he hits me up a week later and says, damn, bro, you're too good to talk to me now, huh? I see all the followers, and put haha. And I'm like, I didn't see it. So he thought I was like ignoring him or brushing him off, bro. And when I realized who it was on that second message, bro, I called him so fast. I didn't even write him back. I just hit the call. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. Right.
What?
Wait, so is his name? Is his shit? His name? Like his
Let me
Facebook
look.
or whatever?
I'm gonna look it up on my other phone right now. Hold on.
Hey, Packy.
Hold on, y'all. I'll be right back. Give me like 10 seconds. What up, bro? Hogs to Julie from Trumbull, Elizabeth. That's what, 4. We had, and then I've done like at least 3 or 4 of their interviews too. So we got like probably 7 altogether.
And then we had a dude the other day from CRC too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I
gotta lay
what did he have
down,
to say
man.
about CRC?
He said he was a lieutenant, right?
So yeah.
Oh, really? Currently?
No, I think I don't know. I don't know if he is now or if he used to be, but I told him I wouldn't talk about it.
He said he
no more.
was. Remember, he said he got a promotion or something.
He probably is, yeah.
He
It's
said
cool.
that he was a regular staff for 2 years, and then he got his promotion. No, he was a regular staff for 4 years, and then he got his promotion. He's been an LT for 2.
Yeah.
Is it true that that's where they used to send all the sex offenders?
Yeah. Now it's it
Something like that.
Madison, but now
Belmont
CRC.
is now. Belmont is now.
They said Belmont's starting to switch up again.
Belmont's gonna go back to how it was or whatever.
Yeah, I've been having a couple people jump on my videos like, shit, I just left Belmont. Belmont's back to the old Belmont. You know, when people would be like, I don't want to go to Belmont.
Yeah, Juliana, the reception center. Yeah, I keep hearing that. I don't plan on finding out. Knock on wood. But I keep hearing that Lorraine is just strictly the parole violations. Right? Ain't that true, JB? You heard that too? All the parole violations get put in Lorraine now.
right now, yeah. They started doing that during the pandemic.
Where'd my
but now
fucking
it's so
chat
kind
go
of
on
rain,
YouTube?
PRC's the other joint.
That's weird as fuck. My chat disappeared on YouTube. I don't know why, but I'm getting off here anyway, bro. So if you was hanging out with me, thank you. And if you wasn't trolling me, thank you. But I can't see the chat, so if you're writing anything, I'm gonna just go ahead and end this one. All right, everybody. So on YouTube side, thank you for hanging out with me. I'll see you next time. Stay safe, stay free, stay blessed.